That's what music is. Music evolves. You take something that's already out there that people like and people listen to, and you make it your own by putting your own flavor on it. Because everything in music otherwise is copied. People could go as far as to say like, well, music all is copied because it's all the same scale, right? Like somebody had to invent that scale. It's just like, that's not, I don't think that it's a fair assessment when people go and they talk about like so-and-so copying this, because it's like, that's how music works. And just because they're doing it in a similar fashion, in a similar training system, like that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the only way to do it or that it's a copy. Like that's, what does it matter where they come from? Especially when many K-pop acts are recruiting people from all over the world. Like it's not like they just recruit Koreans anymore to be in K-pop acts. So I just don't think it's a fair assessment in the music industry to say that, because everything stems from somewhere and then we put our own spin and our own flavor on it. Really, really cool though to hear like just that conversation about like walking out the door and then like having kind of that feeling. And it is true, like you've already invested 3 to 4 years. Like why not just continue, you know? Great day to play.
Great day to play. Hindi mo mapatunayan sa sarili mo na ano eh, na kaya mo eh, ganun eh. Kumbaga yung mga bagay na itatry mo, isagarin mo na, kumbaga i-ano mo
Bigay
na,
mo na
bigay mo na lahat. Ganun.
O para wala, pag nag-walk away ka, wala kang pagsisisihan.
Habang bata pa po, habang kaya pa ng, alam niyo po yun, kaya mo pa. Kasi in the future, what if, yun nga, mapunta ka kung saan, gano'n, wala ka ng chance gawin yung passion mo. Yun po yung mahirap.
Paano pumasok pala si Ken sa grupo?
That time po, nag-stop po ako sa study kasi po, ewan ko po ano pumasok sa isip ko eh. Sabi ko lang sa papa ko, pa gusto ko po magpahinga muna. And sabi ko,
Bait ng papa mo ha? Ano yung college ka?
Yes po, college po ako. Mag-third year po. Tapos,
Sige, pahinga ka muna, anak.
tapos, ito si Josh.
Uy, architecture student ka, di ba?
Yes po. Supposedly,
Oh, wow.
mag-aaral na po ako. Kasi
Supposedly I was going to study.
March or April.
March.
So, magpapasok ka na rin po. Tapos bigla akong sinat neto na ganito daw. Eh, sobrang na-intriga ako sa, ayun nga, may gagawin ng
Bad
grupo ganito.
influence
Eh, syempre ako, gusto ko din po kasi dati po
Na-intriga ka
sumasayaw
ganun.
po kami. Sumasayaw po ako, nagkakalaban po kami sa competition dati ni Josh, kami nila Stel.
Tsaka ako.
And si Pablo din, kumakanta siya ng time na yon sa competition din. So ayun, yung sinabihan ko lang po talaga, yung lola ko lang po yung nakakaalam. Tapos wala ding pera, wala ding pera doon. Sabi ko, paano ba to? So sabi ko sa kanya, utang ka muna kay tita, ganun. So at until talaga, wala talagang pera. So si Josh yung sumagot muna ng ticket ko para makapunta dito. And ayun po, fortunately natanggap talaga ako. And sobrang grabe yung kaba ko kasi
Wow, that's
ano mangyayari
crazy.
sa akin, mag-work na lang ba ako after nito kasi hindi sure eh.
Parang iniwan mo yung buhay mo sa Cagayan,
Opo,
di ba?
so,
Cagayan, di ba?
opo, talaga, iniwan ko po talaga. And
So he paid for his plane ticket. That's so crazy. It seems like there was like quite like a camaraderie already between them long before they were like actually a group. That they were already like really invested, like knew each other somehow through whether it was these competitions or something like that. But it's crazy like how there was that bond with them so early on, when you oftentimes see that as an issue in a lot of groups that are put together, where like the members don't always necessarily get along. So it's really cool to see that with them.
sabi ko,
Magkano dala mong pera nun? Magkano dala mong pera nun?
1.5 ata. Yung 1.5 po
1.5
yung
lang
dala
dala mo
kong
nung punta
pera.
ka Manila.
Naligaw pa po siya.
Naligaw pa po ako.
Yung 500 doon, binayad niya po sa taxi na sobrang lapit lang nung binyahe.
Hindi nga,
That's
naloko ka pa
crazy.
sa taxi.
Naloko pa po ako sa taxi, inikot-ikot pa po ako, tapos nandun lang pala ako. Sabi ko, dito lang ako nun na. Tapos biglang bakit inikot-ikot pa ako sa malayo.
Oh,
Tapos dumating
wow.
yung 500 yung pamasahe ko. Tapos
Naloko ka.
magkano lang pera ko nun? Wala na.
Tsaka yung ano
1K
po,
na lang.
yung funny story pa, kasi sa Cagayan ba yung flight niya? Pero sa ibang lugar siya nagpunta.
Sa
Zamboanga po.
Bumiyahe pa na sa
8 hours.
Bakit ka naman 8 hours ka
Hindi,
pumunta
kasi sabi
Manila?
niya po sa akin, sabi ko, tinanong ko siya, Cagayan ka, di ba? Oo, pre. Okay, sige. Bino ko na po siya ng Cagayan to Manila.
Okay.
Tapos sa Zamboanga pala.
So this is an interesting story. So when we were in, I don't think we shared this. When we were in Korea, once we got out of Seoul and we went to Busan for the concert, we were trying to get from from the train station. We were trying to get from the train station to our Airbnb, and there was like a taxi area, like right outside there was a taxi area. Now we had a ton of luggage because we were like carrying all this stuff with us. So like each one of us had, like Lauren and I both had like a suitcase and like a carry bag that we had with us, plus like just random extra stuff. So all of us had like 2 bags, and like supposedly it was only like a mile away from where we were, but I mean like everything is like uphill. So it wasn't like it was an easy mile, and you still had all these bags, like you're still carrying all this, and it was hot out in Busan. And so it was just like, ugh. And hi, good morning, Group Cat, welcome in. So we went to get a cab, and every single time we would go to get a cab, nobody would help us. Like we'd go to get in the cab, and then we'd show them where we were going, and they pretend that they didn't know where it was. Like they'd be like, oh no, don't know. So, but the reality was they didn't want to take us because it wasn't enough money. Like it was so short nearby, because cabs aren't like as expensive there as they are here. Like it's pretty ridiculous, like for a cab here, but like we would go sometimes like a couple of miles and it'd be like $3-4. Like it was really, really cheap. And so, but they didn't want to take us because of that. And so like we started walking, and I was like, we were so tired and so exhausted by this point, and I was so hot, and I was finally like, we gotta get, like we tried like 4 or 5 cabs, and I finally was just like done. And so like I stopped this cab driver at the side of the road, and he was nice enough, like the ones near the train station didn't want to take us, but he was nice enough where he was like, oh, it's really close by. We're like, that's okay, like just take us there. And it still was like another half mile away, but like he got done, and he was like, it's, you know, it was like, I want to say it was like 3,000 won, and I had like a $50,000 won bill on me, which is essentially like $35. And I just gave it to him, and like normally they don't like tips there. He's like, no, and I was like, seriously? Like you were the only person that would pick us up to take us, but like everybody else was just trying to scam people. Like it's crazy how that happens sometimes. Anyway, it brought back nightmares of that part of the trip for me.
Bangga ako ng time na yun po. Nasa lola po ako. Nasa lola.
Okay.
So pumunta po akong Cagayan para dumag-flight. 8 hours din po yung bus trip ko ng grabe, sobrang layo. Grabe nakakapagod.
Pero sulit naman, di ba?
Yes po, sulit naman po.
Balikan natin yung taxi story kasi kinuwento nyo sa akin to eh. Ang ganda ng story na yun na sino yung nakasakay sa taxi tapos nag-play yung music ng SB19. Di ba?
Ako, kasi po ganun ako eh. Pag ano po, mahilig po ako parang check
Mag-trip-trip.
na
Oo.
Like, kuya, kilala niyo po yung SB19, di ba?
Ayan. Nakataxi ka nun.
Opo.
Anong sabi nung taxi driver?
Sabi, natawa ako, sabi nung taxi driver, yung mga SB19, kilala ko, yung mga nagpipiling Koreano na sinto-sinto, mga ganyan.
Wow.
Sabi ng taxi driver,
Wow.
oo po, yung mga nagpipiling Koreano.
You're right, they're wannabes.
Nakakabuisit panoorin eh.
Sabi mo na lang.
sabi ko,
Pero hindi alam ng taxi driver.
Hindi niya po alam. Pero feeling ko po nung bago kami bumabay, parang nakakatunog na siya. Kasi po, biglang nagbago yung kwento niya eh. Pero idol niya ng anak ko.
Ako yung anak niya, fan daw.
Fan daw po yung anak niya. Kaya nga parang...
Bumawi na lang.
Tapos alam niya po yung mga music namin.
Diba,
Ang malaki
parang
pa
may
po doon,
sinasabi na diba?
pinlay niya po yung music namin. Sabi niya, SB19, sige, pakinggan natin. Tapos inabot niya, Sep, sige, i-search niya yung kanta ng SB19, inabot sa amin. Tapos namin yung isa namin performance na live. Tapos pinlay niya. Alam ba? Pinlay niya yung alam. Tapos, kumakanta kami sa likod, biglang binuksan yung ilaw, tapos natatanon niya yung mukha namin, tapos kami sa likod. Nagtatago kasi baka makilala kami.
Ayaw na rin po namin na parang ma-recognize niya kami. Kasi parang baka
Mapahiya siya dun sa sinabi.
Mm.
Pero ang dami niyong nakuha ganung salita nung nagsisimula kayo.
Sobra. Grabe, sobra.
Sabay, in unison. Sobra. Ibig sabihin nun, grabe talaga. Ano yung pinakamasakit na discouragement na nakuha niyo mula sa mga haters? Na nag-motivate naman sa inyo, kaya kayo nandito pa rin.
Siguro po, siguro yung walang mararating. Tapos, hindi naman po siguro like nakaka-discourage. Parang nakakainis. Kasi wala naman kaming ginagawang masama sa kanila eh. Ginagawa lang po yung ano yung gusto namin, tapos sasabihin na walang mararating and parang gaya-gaya na ganito.
Sa amin, hindi na siya nagiging big deal so far, lalo na ngayon, kasi mas maraming love na yung natatanggap namin. Lalo na from our fans. Just yung mga casual people din eh. Nakikita namin na appreciate kami na parang tables have turned, ganun. Nung una nga po, parang yung mga nasa headline nun, Filipino-Korean na SB19. Pero nung nag-Billboard po kami, proud to be Filipino.
Proud na.
Ikaw rin mo sana kasi yung yung tungkol sa yung mga bad comments. Parang nagulat lang po ako, meron pong comment na one time.
I mean, this is like an age-old story over and over again, right? It's always that people want to jump on whatever bandwagon is happy, or like, you know, whatever's trending at the time. Like that's what people jump on, and it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs that we have to do that, as opposed to just being okay with having our own opinions and like being open to that. It's still just so weird to me of like why so much hate. Because of like, let's even say that they were emulating a K-pop group, but what would that matter? You know, like that, I guess in my mind, I'm just like, well, why is that a big deal? Like, who cares if they're just trying to be like another like boy band or boy group? Like, why is that a big deal? I don't know. It's kind of weird to me.
Sobrang violent po na parang nakakabuisit yung dilaw yung buhok. Gusto niya daw pong barilin. Gusto daw pong barilin ako.
Oh, wow.
Sa isang video.
Okay naman ito.
Dumating na sa violence.
Violence
nila
na.
ka-hate
Meron pong mga ganun comment na parang
See, yellow hair. I made a tweet earlier talking about that I actually think that Pablo is secretly a Super Saiyan. And that his hair just like went before he goes on camera now, he just turns into a Super Saiyan and just has to stay in that mode while on camera. Because he's got magic hair. That way, like no matter how much he moves, no matter how much he fights, anything like that, like the hair always stays pristine.
Hating on his hair. That's what you get.
gusto ko patayin sa inis. Parang ganun.
Manakit kasi sobrang nakakainis daw kami.
Pero parang...
So crazy.
Yung
People
isip
suck.
ng haters, yung mga sinasabi nila sa inyo, hindi naman tungkol sa inyo yun. It's a projection of how they feel and what they feel inside.
Right.
They don't really hate you. They
100%.
just really hate themselves. Kaya
Yeah.
yung insecurity nila, tsaka yung hate nila sa mundo, napoproject nila sa inyo. Kasi nandiyan
Dude, she's
kayo,
like dropping some truth bombs right now.
You're making a difference, hindi ba? You're doing something in your lives. Sa dami ng mga hate na na-receive nyo, nakarating kayo sa Billboard Music Awards. Grabe yun. Anong feeling nung nalaman nyo yun? Kayo ang
That's
first
so crazy.
Billboard Music Awards. First yun, ever.
Parang di po totoo eh. Actually po si Josh talaga naiyak talaga siya nung time na yun eh. Kasi nag-stream siya nung time na yun. Kwento mo Josh.
Nag-stream ka, tapos nakita mo.
Mayroon po kasing parang gaming stream po.
Oh, interesting.
Tapos ayun nga po, announcement na. Then sinabay ko na po, sabi ko, sige, panoorin na nga natin to. Then ayun nga po, in-announce na nominated kami. So para sa akin po talagang biggest achievement na po kasi namin yun eh. Tsaka yun nga po, naisip ko yung possibilities na lahat ng ginagawa namin kasi ang goal naman po talaga namin is to inspire people. Tapos yung, alam niyo po yung matulungan din yung mga artists dito sa Philippines at magbago siguro ng kahit pa paano. Kasi marami pong magagaling eh. Kumbaga, iangat pa natin yung industriya natin.
Pero alam nyo si Justin kasi
Wow.
is an honor student.
It's okay. I'm really gonna have to go and dig more into this after this, because it's just all this is doing is just opening up more and more questions for me. Like, you know, where were they actually at before getting nominated? Because you do see this with people sometimes in nominations where like literally they go from nothing, like literally nothing, and all of a sudden they gain all of this fame and attention. It seems like overnight because of just like one thing, whether it be a nomination. But like, how do you get to that point? You know, what pieces had to fall into place for that to happen, for that nomination to happen? Like, those are always things that like I think about and like want to know all those details along the way. He was playing Overwatch on Facebook last week. I mean, now it makes total, like, you see that a lot now. I feel like a lot of celebrities now do gaming streams, you know, like once they have kind of their own thing, because it's something that they can control themselves and you know, be able to monetize and like do stuff with, or like have a kind of a more, no different than what we're doing, right? Kind of have a more intimate setting with your fan base and be able to talk and chat with them and get to know each other. It's just So cool.
Sa College of St. Benilde.
Parang di ako makapaniwala na.
Oo. Honor student sa multimedia arts. Hindi ba?
Opo. Numberman.
Yabang.
Oh, yes, grabe. From honor student to performer.
Siguro po hindi rin yung achievement po na yon is more of like, hindi naman sa parang matalino, more of parang ginawan ko po talaga ng paraan. Parang ginawa ko kung ano yung kailangan kong gawin. Naging masipag lang po siguro in a sense. Ayun po.
Oo, kasi di ba, isipin mo, honor student ka. Dapat after mo makagraduate, magpupursue ka ng career dun sa natapos mo.
Nag-breakdown yan, first time ko nakita
Ba't ka nag-breakdown?
Hindi po, kasi po, yun nga po, parang ang tagal na rin na walang nangyayari sa amin. Tapos po, kasi pinagsabay ko po yung studies ko and yung pag-aaral ko during that time. Tapos, after graduation, parang dapat ang pag-uusap namin ng parents ko talaga is mag-stop na ako sa training. Mag-work na po ako after graduation. Parang hobby ko lang talaga yung ginawa kong training. Pero since nga po kasama ko sila noon, parang ang dami na namin pinagdaanan, na naniniwala sila dun sa pupuntahan namin, nagpatuloy po ako. Sabi ko, pwede naman siguro magpahinga muna ako after graduation, parang ganyan. Tapos hanggang sa nag-debut po kami, same year nung pagka-graduate ko po, nag-debut kami. Pero after that, wala pa rin pong nangyayari.
Hindi kayo napanghinaan ng loob mo.
So, sobra po.
Napanghinaan.
Yun po yung...
Yun yung gusto mo na mag-quit.
Opo. Parang after nun, ang marami po ako ginagawa. Actually, nagtitingin na po ako ng ibang audition sa ibang ano. Tapos parang iniisip ko po, saan ako magtatrabaho. Naghahanap na rin po ako ng mga pwede kong applyan na work.
Pero bakit ka nag-stay sa SB19?
Yun nga po, parang lahat na pag-usapan namin na last na. Magre-release tayo ng last song. Pag hindi talaga nag-work, wala pa rin nangyari, mag-stop na tayo. Tas,
Ano yung
yun po
nirelease
yung
nyo? Yung last?
Go Up po. Yun po yung nirelease namin yung Go Up.
Noong
19 po.
2019.
So, nung
Nag-viral.
Opo, ayun na po.
Pero hindi pa.
Hindi pa agad.
Pagka-release, ano nangyari?
Pagka-release po, di ba, may music video po kami, ganyan. Tapos, since last na po yun, binigay na namin lahat. Nag-practice kami, yung sayaw po namin, pin-practice namin
Sino nag-choreo
1,000
nun?
times. Si Stel po.
Pero tulong-tulong po lahat.
Opo. Tapos ang dami namin ginawa. Tapos pagka-release po ng music video, ganun din. Parang wala rin po nangyari talaga. Parang,
ganun.
Kailan siya nag-pick up?
Nung nag-release po kami ng dance practice video namin, parang overnight po, nagulat na lang din kami, na-recognize yung group namin ng parang maraming tao.
Isn't that crazy that like
paniwala na. Until now, pag naaalala ko, sobrang nakakataas po ng balahibo yung...
we were it just like stories like this are so crazy to me. Lucas and I were talking about an artist now who is now passed away, but we were talking about it, and he